Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast. And welcome to our new house. I'm Reverend Theresa and I have been absent for the last 2 weeks, and I am just overjoyed with gratitude for Rev G, Reverend Emil Gavreau, and Len Seligman that stepped in for Bobby and I for 2 Sundays and kept everything just running so smoothly, so beautifully while we packed and unpacked. And some things we still haven't unpacked. Can't find my mouse pad. There's just some stuff that's still MIA, right? But we're here, and I'm so grateful that you're here with us this morning too, and that we get to continue this love streaming that we have been doing since I think the second or third week in March. And who knew, right? Who knew this year was going to be like this? But I know that we can find blessings in it. We have found blessings, and we will continue to find blessings. And I'm just so excited for this spiritual community that continues to be created, right? I'm not going to say that was created, because we're continuing to grow. And as you invite your friends and share this link and tell people about it and share our Facebook posts and all that kind of thing, we do continue to grow. And it is a spiritual family. And speaking of spiritual family, we have a reunion of sorts. We have our annual meeting coming up, November 15th. That's the third Sunday of this month, November 13th at 12:30. We're going to be live on Zoom.
15th.
The 15th, what did I say?
13th.
Oh, 15th. Sorry. Thanks for the gallery. So November 15th, and I just want you to make sure that you don't miss that. That is for members who have officially signed on to be a member, filled out that little piece of paper. And those of you that just tune in occasionally, I really want to have a conversation. Your board of trustees will be there having a conversation with you, and we're looking for input and that type of thing. So please join us. What we do here every Sunday morning, whether it's me or Rev G or a guest speaker or guest musicians or the readers, is we're talking about this thing called life. And science of mind is a philosophy, a way of life that teaches us to live, to embody on a 24/7 basis God or spirit or creative energy or the creative process or source or substance or whatever you choose to call this creative process that gives form to life and gives form by means of us, by means of our choices, our thoughts, our decisions, our deeds in the world. It is a very loving and creative presence which we are immersed in, which we are made of, which we are just simply swimming in. And so that's what we do every Sunday. That's what we do in our classes, is we talk about this and we try to find ways to embody it in the midst of whatever's going on a good day and a not so good day, right? So that's what it's about. And these first Sundays, every month since we started meeting, which was, I'm not going to test myself. When we first started meeting, we have done the first Sunday as a contemplative service, a more meditative service, if you will, focusing on the spiritual practices that we teach at the Centers for Spiritual Living. And we're global. We've got centers all over the world, and we teach spiritual principles, universal spiritual principles, and spiritual practices. So we focus the first Sunday every month on these spiritual practices. This morning, it is the practice of gratitude, the spiritual practice of gratitude. And I love this. I love the month of November. I love Thanksgiving. It's always been my very favorite holiday, not just because of sweet potatoes, but because of this idea that we give thanks. We give thanks for everything. And so today we're really going to dive deep into giving thanks. And so whether you are someone who's prone to be grateful or this is a new idea for you. I'm glad that you've joined us and that you're going to do this practice, this spiritual practice with us this morning. We're going to begin our practice with a spiritual mind treatment, which is our fancy word for prayer, affirmative prayer. We're going to give our minds a treatment, like a spa moment, right? So join me in that. Join me in knowing that it's easy for us to be in a place of gratitude, regardless of conditions. Join me in knowing that it's easy to change my thinking and change my life. I know that we are indeed immersed in this unconditional love, this creative intelligence, this thing that brings all life from the invisible form into form. And what I know deep in my heart, because I have experienced it over and over again, is this thing comes into form by means of me, by means of my choices, by means of me opening my heart and my mind to its presence and saying yes. So join me in doing that now, in knowing that this thing called God is not static, but is very active right here and right now. It is alive in every part of my being. And I align myself in this knowing. I align myself in its goodness, in its grace, in its beauty, in its love. And I attune my thoughts to the highest perspective, as Emerson called prayer, looking from the highest possibilities upon all life. And I know things shift when I shift. Things in the world shift when I shift my own consciousness. And so I speak my word right here, right now, for every person that has tuned in, every person within the sound of my voice, every person that would tune in later and listen to this broadcast. I speak my word for all people everywhere. That we truly are the creation of the divine, and the emanation of the divine is right here within each one of us. And there is no impediment, no blockage, no border, no boundary, no lack, no limitation in its movement in, as, and through my life, because it is my life. It is my life. And for this, I am in deep gratitude. I know that life's good moves in, as, and through me with ease and grace. I know that it's easy, it's automatic for me to choose and think from the highest possibilities, for me to choose the most positive outlook upon life, and watch with ease and grace and awe as life shifts and moves and changes around to bring forth that which I desire, that which Spirit desires for me, that which Spirit desires for all humanity, which is its own expression as unconditional love in form, as freedom, as joy, as justice, as peace, as harmony, as abundance, as health, as wholeness, as all good. I claim that for myself now. I claim that for each one of us, as we have indeed in this moment shifted our awareness to the highest possibility in this moment. And so I claim this good, and I celebrate this good. I cherish this good, and I give thanks as I release this word. With great blessings. And so it is. And now it is my privilege, my excitement, my honor, and with great gratitude to introduce my beloved, Bobby Fieberts, one of our practitioners here at the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast, one that I am eternally every day grateful for to have in my life. Here he is, Bobby Fieberts.
Ooh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you. I accept that. I accept all that good that you just prayed for us. Thank you so much. This is so, oh, like you said earlier this week, the gratitude is a joyful feeling. So I'm opening up with a song about it's about being thankful. It's called "I Thank You." It's a Sam and Dave song, and the ZZ Top did it. We rewrote it just a little bit about being thankful. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. Didn't have to hold me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. Every day is something new. Learning to be thankful is what I want to do. I am trying new things too. Now I'm open to have gratitude. You didn't have to make me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. You didn't have to wake me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. All my life I felt shortchanged. Not feeling gratitude is a crying shame. And now I know what they're talking about. I'm so thankful I got a sound. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to hold me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. Every day is something new. Learning to be thankful is what I want to do. I am trying new things too. Now I'm open to have gratitude. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. You didn't have to wake me like you did, but you did, but you did. I thank you. I want to 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 thank you.
Ow!
Ow! And welcome back, Theresa.
I couldn't help myself there. I couldn't help myself. That was awesome, Bobby. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, typically on our contemplative services, it's a little more quiet, a little more subdued. But you know, what I realize about gratitude is it is so uniquely connected to joy, isn't it? It's so aligned with happiness and expansion. I mean, we can't be in gratitude and feel depressed. Like they don't work together. So we did up the tempo a little bit today because it just feels fitting. When I'm talking about gratitude and we're doing a spiritual gratitude practice, that it's pretty upbeat. But before I get into a little more of gratitude, just a little bit of talking about gratitude, I want to say just a little more about that first Contemplative Sunday service that I talked about, that ever since we have been meeting, our first Sunday has been geared towards meditation or visioning or some spiritual practice. And I want to just speak to that to a moment because this is an amazing teaching, the science of mind. It has changed my life, and I have been a dedicated student for decades now, and many years of study before I became a minister, and before I decided that we would, I didn't decide, I caught Spirit's vision before I agreed with Spirit that we would create this community, right? So that I could continue to explore this teaching and teach about it, the philosophy, and inspire others on their path, on their spiritual path. But it's not something that shifts overnight. It's not something that shifts overnight. I guess it could, and there's stories of that happening for people, but it didn't happen for me. It happened through a lot of practice. It happened through a lot of daily commitment, through dedication and discipline. My experience is not that you can change your life in 1 hour, one Sunday a week, one day a week, an hour, popping in and out, on an occasional Sunday and hearing the message. To me, that's not where we do the work of transformation. We do the work of transformation through our practices. We do the work of transformation through the classes that we teach and going deep and learning these practices along with the principles that we teach. So that's what it's about on these first Sundays for me. It's about going deeper, and it's a time spent introducing you to these spiritual practices that support the principles that we do talk about every other Sunday morning, right? So again, today is gratitude as a spiritual practice, and the specific techniques that we're also incorporating in that is meditation and visualization. It's a guided meditation that we're going to do later this morning, and I don't think we've done a guided meditation in a while, and really specifically giving you the opportunity to visualize and really feel. And that's what you're doing. You're emoting into this imagery. And maybe you don't get the exact picture, but you get the feeling. So however it comes to you, allow that this morning. Don't thwart your the gift of gratitude and the feelings of Thanksgiving if you're caught up in the technique. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention before we get going on gratitude. So just like I said, it's not enough to just pop in on an occasional Sunday and hear a message. It's also not enough to just say thank you to someone when they've done a good deed for you. Being polite. That we're all taught to be polite in that way. But it's about making gratitude a daily habit. It's a spiritual practice. And there's great reasons for doing it. There is so much scientific research about this. In the very first sentence of the Science Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes said, "I look forward to the day that we walk that science and religion walk hand in hand." That's what we're talking about here. Most Sunday mornings is what new research is showing, and what ancients have taught. So it's really exciting to me. But there's a study that was done at the University of Oregon talking about how gratitude gives us this overall well-being, and again, it's not just about being optimistic, but it's about being less pessimistic too, right? So that's Science Mind 101 right there, is replacement, that we don't want to continue ruminating over negative stories or events and that type of thing. But how do you stop that? Well, you replace it with a spiritual principle, right? So for example, if you're kind of suffering with feelings of loneliness, then we want to utilize the spiritual principle of unity, that there's only one thing, that the presence of the divine is ever so close, that it's inseparable, that we could never possibly be alone. And the divine is showing itself in each and every person that we would come in contact with as well. So we're never really alone. So we shift our thinking from that habitual negative way of thinking to a spiritual truth, right? And then we use spiritual principles in order to practice that. So with gratitude, instead of ruminating on negative events, fears, worries, being stuck in regurgitating negative memories, perhaps, we can go to gratitude. And we can find gratitude in the midst of anything. So the research shows us that positive health benefits of having less anxiety, less depression, that neural connections between gratitude and giving. There's a whole bunch of studies about that, about how it makes us more apt to support one another and to give financially and to give help when we're feeling gratitude. So we're going to talk about this all month long, all month long. This morning, again, we're doing practice, but next week we're going to focus on the health benefits and feeling gratitude for our physical bodies while we study. What do the studies tell us about the benefits of gratitude upon our bodies and how we can have an actual practice of that? The studies show that habits of gratitude help us sleep better. There's just one idea right there. And Rev G starts a class next week on revealing wholeness. And this is what that class is all about. Not gratitude per se, but ways that we can mentally, emotionally, spiritually affect our physical health. So it's you need to take that class. I've read the book. It's fabulous, fabulous. Third week, we're going to do gratitude for our relationships. Benefits of gratitude as it relates to our relationships is it makes us more supportive of one another, and it improves our relationships. Week 4, we're going to look at finances. Week 5, creative self-expression. So we're going to hit all the areas of life during this month. This is a science, right? A science of gratitude. And so there's all kinds of practices that we can look at. Most of you have heard of or probably even participated in having a gratitude journal. That's really first on most of the lists that you see. There's gratitude jars, gratitude boxes, gratitude letters, right? Writing letters of gratitude. In 2014, the Facebook CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, brought this to light for many people. He gives himself an annual self-challenge, what he's going to do for that year. And in 2014, he said he was going to write a letter of thanks to someone every single day of the year. 365 letters, that's a lot, right? Well, the former CEO of Campbell Soup Company said, you can raise the bar. You can raise the bar. He averaged 10 to 20 letters a day for years. For years. And he said, you have to have a structured habit around doing it. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. I'm going to challenge you for this year, or this month. The research shows that the practice of gratitude gives you wonderful health benefits and all kinds of other benefits within 2 weeks of utilizing it as a daily practice or a habitual practice. Some say up to 12 weeks we get the benefits of. So I'm asking you to practice gratitude, find a daily practice for this month. Today's November 1st. No excuses. We don't have to lose a day, right? Let's start today and find a spiritual practice of gratitude that works for us. My first gratitude is for this teaching. And I'm not alone in feeling gratitude for a philosophy or a teaching or a spiritual outlook that includes gratitude. Matthew McConaughey, again in 2014, that must have been the year for talking about gratitude. He said he thanked God when he won his Oscar that year for his ability to know about gratitude, for his ability to know about it, for his ability to utilize gratitude in his life. That's what he was grateful for. He said that his mom taught him when he was very young not to come downstairs and sit down at the breakfast table and start complaining about anything, to look at the flower in the jar, in the vase on the table, to appreciate the food, to appreciate his mother for making the food. And he said he learned that gratitude was reciprocal. And not only did he tell us that at the Oscars, but Matthew McConaughey experienced more love coming back in for him after he had this disclosure about gratitude. It is reciprocal. What we give, we receive. Now, this isn't just for successful people, right? This is for you and I. This is for everyone. And actually, the research shows, which is very interesting because I studied a lot about mindfulness, and the mindfulness is the same thing. Research shows that people that are struggling with some mental health issues actually get the most benefit from utilizing gratitude practices and also mindfulness practices. There was a study from the Indiana University about gratitude, and they said that it unshackles us from toxic emotions. That when we use less negative words, we have better mental health. Again, that is Science of Mind 101, isn't it? And then they talked about sharing letters. So you write a letter of gratitude, like let's say Zuckerberg did, and but you don't have to actually give it, send it. They said that you receive the benefits whether you send it or not. But I would encourage you to send it. I would encourage you to send it. It takes time, they said, to form these habits. It takes time to see the benefits. This is what the study showed. But they said that there's a, quote, positive snowball effect to it, lasting 3 months or even longer after letters of gratitude had been written. Isn't that interesting? So they also said that their findings showed that people that practiced gratitude wrote these letters, which was specifically in this study what they were researching. It helps us with learning. It helps us have a cognitive ability to learn and to make decisions. How about that? That's a bonus, right? So there's a definite connection between gratitude and happiness. Gratitude journaling, less stress, improves quality of sleep, increases vitality and energy, and gives us a renewed enthusiasm for life. You know, New Thought has known this all along, right? This is really what New Thought's all about. Zig Ziglar, who was a contemporary of Ernest Holmes, wrote The Power of Positive Thinking. He said gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. It's also been said that gratitude is a natural antidepressant. A natural antidepressant. It's a practice that's better, possibly, than taking pills, because then what we're doing, the studies show, is the happiness is from the inside out. It's generated from the inside out. The pill, per se, is outside in, yes? So you see the difference there. To live from the inside out, we can generate happiness and joy and sense of well-being from the inside out. Now, I'm not going to knock the pills if you need them. Ernest Holmes said, if the pill makes you feel better, take it. But we don't have to rely on it. And we can know that anything we need ever in any way can be generated from the inside out. So, mold in my new cabinets, moving into my, well, not new cabinets, new home. I can have joy from the inside out, even when those kinds of things happen, right? I can have gratitude for the deer. I'm seeing deer almost every single day where we are now. I can have gratitude for the solace. I can have gratitude for the new cabinets that are going to come, right? We always have choices. I'm going to invite Ethelyn and Catherine on for us for our reading and our story time this morning, and to hear how they share about gratitude and the practice of gratitude. Here they are.
Hello, everybody.
Good morning. How's everybody this morning?
I have decided to take Theresa's challenge and start with gratitude. And I'm going to turn to you, Catherine, and I'm going to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and being by my side all the years that it took to study and become a religious practitioner. And I'm so very grateful to be a religious practitioner with our CSL Cultural Coast family. So this is the beginning of a great month. It's a month of blessings for sure, recognition of blessings. It's a month of thanksgiving. It's a month of gratitude. It happens to be my birth month. And I am particularly grateful for being alive, for life. Life in all its shapes, all its sizes. It is also All Saints' Day. And it's a day to be grateful for continued life, transitioned life. And so many of us celebrate and remember all those who have transitioned to a new life. I am reading one of my favorite excerpts from the Science of Mind magazine back in June of 2019. It was written by Reverend Bob Luckin, who writes the cute column on animals, The Human Whisperer, Murphy's Corner. And maybe as I read this, you can listen and be reminded of loved ones, friends, co-workers, mentors, leaders, mystics that have touched your lives and with whom you have been able to appreciate more of life. I know I appreciate everyone for their unique contributions in life. And that means all of you. If not for you, there would be a place of emptiness in the heart of God. If not for you, all the good you have done would still need doing. If not for you, the spark of your ideas would not have ignited a fire in others. If not for you, the key role you have played in life's drama would remain unfilled. If not for you, at least one person would not have awakened to their dreams. If not for you, your triumphs could not be examples to inspire others. If not for you, someone who needed love would not have received it. If not for you, a life would have been shortened or never have existed. If not for you, the song of life would have missed a beat. If not for you, your gifts would remain ungiven. If not for you, another might have suffered in your place. If not for you, someone would have no path to follow. If not for you, there would be one less smile, one less laugh, and one less hug. If not for you, there would be one less ember of love to warm the soul. If not for you, an animal might be homeless and a garden left unplanted. If not for you, something would be missing. You have always made a difference. Who you are is important every day. You are the face, the heart, and the soul of God.
Beautiful, honey. So
Well,
nice.
well, thank you.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. And I bet you have a story to tell us.
I do have a story.
Okay.
I do have a story because it is story time this month of being grateful for everything that we have. And I'm going to hold this up here, see if y'all can see it. And the story is about just that dot called the black dot. So here we go. One day there was a professor, and he entered his classroom and he asked all his students to sit down and get ready for a surprise test. They waited anxiously at their desk for the test to begin. The professor walked around the class and handed the test papers out, and he asked each student to make sure that they left them face down. So the questions were at the bottom. And once he handed them all out, he asked his students then to turn them over and begin. Mm-hmm. To everyone's surprise, there on the test, there were no questions. There was no text. It was just a black dot in the center of the page. The professor smiled as he read through everyone's bewildered expressions. And he said, "I just want you to write what you see there." So, perplexed, the students began to do what they were asked. At the end of the test, the professor took all the papers, started reading them, each one out loud in front of the students. The professor read how each student described the black dot. They tried to explain the position, how it landed on the middle of the page, the color, the diameter of the dot, its shape, and so on. After all had been read, the classroom was, of course, silent, and the professor began to explain. He said, "Guys, I'm not going to grade you on this test. I just want to give you something to think about." He said, "No one wrote about the white part of the paper, not one of them. Everyone focused on that black dot, and most of us, we do the same thing when life kind of happens. We have a beautiful white paper we hold on to, and yet we're so busy giving all our attention to that black dot." He went on to say, life is such a special gift, and we should always have reasons to celebrate. It's changing and renewing every day. Our friends, our jobs, our loved ones, our family, all miracles we see every day. So why do we insist on focusing only on that dark spot? Health issues, the money we need to have, the luxuries we don't have, the relationships that are complicated, the problems with our family members, and the disappointments with friends, and so on. If we can realize even in the darkest spots in our life are very small and so very few, and yet we allow these to pollute our minds and our precious time, because life is so precious. One thing we all know is that in life there will be black spots. And I want you to ask yourself this question when the next one shows up. Where will your focus be? Where will your focus be?
On gratitude.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope. Namaste.
And so it is. And now we are going to bring Bobby back.
Yay, Bobby.
Yay.
Thank you, Catherine and Evelyn. Thank you very much for the reading, for the story time. All right, I have a chant for you all from Karen Drucker. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this beautiful day. Chant along. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. This beautiful day. Thank you for my life, my wonderful life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful life, my wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful life. Thank you for this healing love. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this love, Spirit. Thank you for this love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. This healing, this healing, this healing love. This healing peace. Thank you for this peace, Spirit. Thank you for this peace. Thank you for this peace, Spirit. Thank you for this peace. This healing, this healing, this healing peace. This healing, this healing, this healing peace. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful day.
I give gratitude to Marlissa Fabriga for her inspiration from the Positive Psychology website for this meditation. I invite you now to settle in for this time of meditation, for this opportunity to visualize that which is in our lives that we are grateful for. So join me in taking 3 deep breaths, breathing in, and as you exhale, feel the tension release in your body. Breathing in again. Exhaling, loosening, releasing all that which no longer serves us. Let it go. Breathing in, feeling ourselves with that breath of life. Bring yourself to this present moment. Aware of your breath, aware of your body, where it is. Now allow yourself to bring up in your mind's eye 3 things that you can see right from where you sit that you're grateful for. 3 things. Allow yourself to remember how you acquired those things. Were they gifts from a special person, a special place you visited? Three things in your environment right now that you see to be grateful for. And now shift to another sense and see if you can hear 3 things that you're grateful for. Three things that I am grateful for. And say to yourself, I am grateful to hear the sound of this music. The children at play, your cat in the room, whatever it is. And now we shift and allow yourself to feel gratitude for 3 people in your lives, be they friends or family. I am grateful for these 3 people in my life. Allow yourself to see them in your mind's eye, to feel the joy that your relationship with them brings. I am grateful for 3 teachers in my life. Shift your attention to someone who has inspired you, has mentored you, has taught you something that you're so incredibly grateful for. I am grateful for these 3 teachers in my life. Allow yourself to feel those warm feelings of appreciation and gratitude. Now allow yourself to explore all the things that we're grateful for. I am grateful for 3 books that I've read that inspired me. How did those books inspire me? Think about that for a moment. Emote on that gratitude you have for 3 books that you've read that truly touched your life. Let's visualize 3 vacations we've had, or 3 places that we visited that were so awe-inspiring. Bring to your mind's eye now that location. Choose 3. Feel the feelings of being in that space, in that place. What did you see? What did you feel? What did you experience there? Next, let's move to 3 simple pleasures, just 3 simple pleasures that we enjoy each and every day. Maybe these are things that we've taken for granted. Wow, show your appreciation. Allow yourself to fill to overflowing with gratitude for these simple pleasures of life. Maybe it's simply looking out the window, watching the sunrise or the sunset. And now, let's find 3 things that have yet to happen, but that we know will happen. Let's give thanks in advance now for 3 things which our heart desires to experience, to express, to enjoy. Allow yourself to fill with the possibility of more gratitude. I am grateful for this day. Yes. Thank you, Spirit, for this day. Thank you for my awareness, for the expansiveness, for the infinite possibilities, for the gifts of life, for the good that abounds, that surrounds me, that moves in, as, and through me. I am so grateful.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for participating in that. I know we've just raised the energy not only within our own households, but within the world. The more we do this, the more we appreciate life. Life shows its appreciation in return. So just one announcement, really. I just want to remind you again about the annual meeting that is upcoming on November 15th. And if you do not receive our weekly emails where we'll be talking more and more about that, where the link will be shared for that, go to our website, CSLCulturalCoast.org, and sign up to receive those weekly emails. And with that, I want to just switch the screen over for a moment to Rev G for him to talk a little bit about the class that he's starting this coming week.
Thank you, Reverend Theresa. Yes, class is starting on Tuesday. That's November 3rd at 6:30, and the details are in that email that Reverend Theresa just talked about, but the long and the short of it is it's 7 weeks long. We'll go from 6:30 to 9 p.m. And it's using the Science of Mind book and the book called Mind Over Medicine by Lissa Rankin, which is an excellent book. I just finished reading it. I'm very excited about the content and the mind, body, spirit aspect that she raises, and is in so much synchronicity with our teachings from Ernest Holmes. I expect everyone to take the class to have wonderful breakthroughs, new understandings for physical, mental, and spiritual things in our lives. This is a new class, so I'm teaching it for the first time, but I'm very excited about the possibilities for my own results as part of doing the reading myself and having the discussions in the class. So I encourage you to join up with us. Again, 7 weeks starting November 3rd at 6:30. And I think the total cost is $225. And if you have issues about finance, talk to Reverend Theresa about possible scholarships. I know we've been funding, creating a scholarship fund, but once again, very excited about the class. I would encourage you to take it and really just expand with possibilities that will be brought out during the 7 weeks that we're together. So thank you very much. And I think I get to continue on here because it's time for our offering. And I always remember Michael Beckwith. He would get to this part of the morning and say, "This is our time for conscious giving. Don't go to sleep." This morning, what I'm going to say is giving and this offering period is really an act of gratitude. And I was looking at the Science of Mind magazine for November and looking at the Law of Circulation column written by my friend Petra Weldis, who's the senior minister down in Dallas. And she's talking about, she refers to how Ernest Holmes talks about surrendering into the infinite flow of spirit, and that we're surrendering into this divine flow. And as we do that, we tap into that flow that is everything. It's life. It's expresses as our money, as our love, as our joy. And I just want to read briefly. She says, "Then the unlimited abundance of spirit demonstrates as our ever-increasing prosperity. This inflow of prosperity continues to invite us to release our need to hold on to it. Release our need to hold on to it. Store it up or hoard it in fear that it won't be here tomorrow. Giving, tithing, and sharing of our good keep us from clinging to our limited human ways. We can take our gifts, no matter what size, and multiply them across our world." So circulation is about taking what we receive. If we're in this infinite flow, one way to demonstrate that we know it, that we've embodied it, is by giving it forth. If you want more love in your life, you have to be able to give love from yourself, from your own heart, because we create the circulation as well as we participate in it. So we are receiving all the time, and our best demonstration that we are aware of that we've received is by giving it forth. So when it comes to our center, we are spiritually fed here. I know that I am, and that we give forth from our financial well-being to our center to support it so it can continue doing its work and building this powerful ministry. So just a moment to express a moment of gratitude for all that Spirit has given, knowing that flow is infinite and abundant all the time, flowing in, through, and as each and every one of us within this, hearing this word, and all those surrounding us, knowing that as we give, I bless the giver and I bless the gift, knowing that both are a divine gift from Spirit, and knowing that as we receive it as the Center for Spiritual Living Cultural Coast, that it builds powerful, powerful ministry right here through all of us and through our beloveds, Reverend Theresa and Bobby Fieberts. So it is. Thank you very much. I think back to
I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on.
In gratitude. In gratitude,
Yes.
we pass it on, right?
Yes.
In gratitude, we pass it on. Thank you so much, Effie and Catherine. Thank you, Rev G. And just a footnote to what Rev G talked about with his class is also CSLCC members get a discount. You know, you get a 20% discount on classes. So you want to take advantage of that. Yeah, that's a great thing. And that's, I think, all. Remember, I gave you a challenge for the month. So do that visualization. Come up with your own, different ways, different things that you want to be grateful for in your life, and just sit and visualize that. Do it for 5 minutes a day, and see how you feel.
Yeah, that feeling of gratitude it's a joyful feeling, and you can just call it up.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to post our Zoom link, and I don't even know where we're going to sit in the house yet for that. So I'm going to scramble around and try to put 2 chairs next to each other, and I'll see you on Zoom in a few minutes and let Bobby carry us out of here.
All right, and don't forget to send your prayer requests to prayer@cslculturalcoast.org, and practice that gratitude. We're going to end with a song by Richard McDeaky called Attitude of Gratitude. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I thank the universe for each new day, whether it's sunny or it's pouring rain. In any situation, time or place, my grateful heart creates a state of grace. Yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. The darkness taught me how to praise the light. Wrongness makes me hungry for what's right. Now there's not any place where I don't see heaven's blessing pouring down on me. Yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. When Jesus fed the hungry multitude, he did it with a grateful attitude. Although it looked like there was not enough, he thanked his Father for abundant love. Yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I won't be waiting when my ship comes in. Won't trade my hearing now for something then. I find a pleasure in the simple things. It doesn't matter what tomorrow brings. Yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I used to cry for deliverance, send desperate pleas to the heavens, but it wasn't until I gave up and got still I could see all the gifts I'd been given. Yeah. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude. Keep that attitude of gratitude.